Will you stop that? How long have you been standing?
Forever.
I just can't write today, and I'm supposed to have it done today. Yes, I know.
Sounds like writer's block.
Oh,
Is this
really?
your first draft? Wow. Are you okay? Would you look at this? Hi. We're writers.
Well, aspiring
writers.
Yeah.
Welcome
To
to Hard Work Telling Stories Writers Showcase 2023.
Yeah, it's a showcase. It's not a workshop, right?
Yeah, this is our second annual workshop.
Yeah, the first one, the writers could write anything.
But this year, we decided to focus on more Christian themes to bring certain characters to life.
Yes, we did. And just to, if you're interested in finding out how you can find us, just look down there. We are on every major social media platform.
And so if you afterwards participate along with the rest of us in our Writers Workshop participants discussions for some insight on the different topics and characters.
Boy, that was a mouthful, but you did it very well.
Well, thank you.
That's because we are part of Hard Work Telling Stories. Yes, so if you're an actor,
Writer,
director,
join us.
yes. We look forward to seeing you and welcome.
Writers Showcase 2023. Thanks for watching.
Okay, one more time.
Baptist. Teacher.
Aaron, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You need to leave.
I brought some food for you. There's Locust.
How did you get in here?
I gave dates and bread to the guard.
Tell me about the others.
Well, we worry about you. Some of us have gone to the caves to pray and fast. Some of us have stayed back in the city. Herod and the Romans are still pushing people, and everyone does his best to avoid them. The temple leaders are frustrated because their hands are tied and they don't know what to do.
What of Jesus? What have you heard of Jesus?
Jesus? The rabbi? Well, he teaches in the temple at Capernaum and Nain. He meets with Pharisees, the poor, tax collectors. He meets with both men and women in their homes. He heals people, I hear.
I want you to go find him for me. I want you to see him and talk to him.
Find him? What do you want me to say?
Say, are you the one who's to come, or should we expect someone else?
Is that all?
That's all. Be careful. Shalom.
Well. Who do we have here? Oh, John the Baptist. Did you really think you were going to be safe out there in the Jordan River?
Your Highness.
Oh my, it's cold in here.
One gets used to the cold in caves. It strengthens us common folk.
Unlike some who are used to the warmth of a fortress, you are at home here.
No one is at home in prison, real or spiritual.
Oh, are you in a spiritual prison?
I'm fine, Your Highness. Have you decided to come and talk of spiritual things?
Look at you, all concerned, confused. You know, I'm wondering what to do with you. Torture you? It would be fun. Pointless, but fun. But you know, I know what I'll do. I have a knack for seizing the moment of opportunity.
It's been said that you're very cunning.
I said, beware. You are an annoying cricket in the king's ear. You confuse him and you prick his conscience.
I only come to bring him to himself. I come to make him see what he already knows.
I said, beware. Herod is a king. He walks as a king. He breathes as a king, and he forgets nothing. If you think you could say anything you want to embarrass me, to slander me, and embarrass Herod, you underestimate my rage.
I don't think you like the thorn in your side, Queen. You don't even like the truth.
Oh, the truth is relative, Baptist.
That's what the arrogant say. Why are you here, Queen Herodias?
I'm curious.
Oh, curious about what?
A voice. You believe you are a voice calling in the dark. Well, you are calling nonsense. That Jesus, who do you say he is? Some say he's your cousin.
I really don't know. I'm not sure.
Not sure? Isn't he the Messiah? Will he save you?
It's not what he does or doesn't do for me. It's who he is.
It would be pitiful if it wasn't so ironic, wondering about that cousin of yours, that amazing itinerant rabbi.
I remember the day he came to the Jordan. I saw him coming and I smiled. I couldn't help myself. I saw him. He came and rejoiced, everything like a kid. The air smelled like water and fish. He swings his arms. His walk was confident. I knew why he was coming, and I tried to dissuade him. Baptize me, I said. No, he said, we must fulfill all righteousness. And so I baptized him.
Is that all real, Baptist?
I saw something like a dove, but not a dove. It lit on his shoulders, and I heard the voice that I've heard so many times all my life. This is my son, who I love, and I'm well pleased. It was a beautiful morning.
Is that all real, Baptist? You can't really believe in a voice. Not here. Not in this prison.
Lord, is my work done? Have I done everything right? Did I hear your voice that day? Is he the one? Is he the one?
Oh, look at you, all confused, wondering about that cousin of yours, that amazing itinerant rabbi. He's nothing. He's a lie.
No.
Yes! Here you are, abandoned in the dark, left with no one to help you. And I will destroy you. I will have your head. Oh, goodbye, Baptist. It's been a pleasure.
Lord, is my work done? Is that why I'm here? Is that why you're silent? I don't hear your voice. You don't talk to me anymore. Have I done anything wrong? Or was everything right? Lord, I just can't do this by myself. I need you, Lord. I need you to talk to me. Lord, I can't do this.
Rabbi, I have words for you from Jesus.
Aaron, you're back. How long? How long?
It's day 4 after Shabbat. I have an answer for you from Jesus.
Just day 4? What's the answer?
Rabbi, he cures the sick and banishes evil spirits. Blind men, crippled men are healed. A widow's son was raised from the dead. The people are amazed. He teaches like no one else.
He did that? He said that? You saw for yourself?
Rabbi, he says to tell you, the blind shall receive sight, the lame shall walk, those with leprosy are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the good word is preached to the poor. Blessed is the man who does not fall away on account of me.
Thank you. You've done well. I want you to go and tell your brothers to follow Jesus. I also want you to tell your brothers that God is with me and I'm at peace. Go and may God be with you. Go in peace. Go in peace.
Hi, I'm Phyllis, and this is Writers Showcase 2023 by Hard Work Telling Stories. I wrote John and the Queen, which is about John the Baptist and Queen Herodias and their spiritual conversation. John is at the end of his life, and he is questioning whether he chose Jesus whether Jesus is the Messiah or not. And it's a story about conflict. So.
As a writer, what were you trying to say in this scene? Why did you pick this story in the Bible?
I chose this story because it has to deal with a man at the end of his life questioning whether he made the right choices, whether he made a mistake or not. And I chose this one because I think we all have to come to a place in our lives where we have to question what we're doing and whether we're making right choices. And we always have to ask that question, why am I doing this? Is this right? And am I making a mistake? And I think that's why I chose it.
As a writer of this scene, would you expand on this idea and write a full-length piece?
Yeah, I have an idea that Herod is, the scene has 3 people, and Herod is on one side, and John is talking to him, and John gets through to Herod, and Herod likes what he's saying. And then the queen is on the other side, determined to assassinate John. And it's this battle and this conversation. So yeah, I think there's definitely there's a continuation there, yeah.
Did you participate as a writer in the showcase last year? Is there any correlation between what you wrote this year and last year?
Yes, I was part of last year's project, and I wrote a piece based on a book called A Quilt, an American Story. The piece was a monologue. This is a scene between two people. I think the only real connection is that both characters are in their senior years. They're both at the end of their lives, and I think that's the correlation, really. And I'm able to, because that's where I'm at. I'm at the fall of my life. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Christian or faith-based films today? What do you want to see, if any, and how would you promote these films?
I think there's a problem that I see. Sometimes they can be hokey, and that's difficult. And a lot of times they are costumed in first century clothing, which I think makes people think that these stories don't relate to me because they happened back there in the first century, and I'm living here in the 21st century. And I think the stories in the Bible can relate to us. I mean, we can relate to them. They're about families. They're about death. They're about loss. They're about people being ill and sick. So I think that they can relate. I think we can put them in the 21st century and put them in 21st century clothing. Shakespeare is put into all kinds of period pieces, and he's put into the 21st century. And I think we can do the same with biblical stories because they're about human beings. And there's good stuff out there, and I think that's encouraging. And there's lots I could see. There's lots that can be done. And I think that's what we have to focus on.
My life. What can I say about my life? Well, I'm in this jail cell. What, 30, 50 times? I lost count. I just don't know why I keep ending up here. Maybe it started when I was about 14. I came from what I thought was a loving home. I followed all the rules. Great grades, good friends, I did my chores. I had everything I could ever want. So why am I 40 years old in a dirty, dark jail cell? I know what you're thinking. Maybe, what about your parents? Parents?
I left them years ago. You know, when you're 14 and you're sent away, your family has a way of covering up things for appearances, if you know what I mean. Dad, he was an exec. He was gone 6 days out of the week. Mom was good at first. She took great care of me. But when I was about 10, she started going out with her girlfriends. Sometimes I wouldn't see her until late evening, maybe 1 or 2 days later. And Dad, when he would come home, he was so tired, he never had any time to spend with me. I just felt like it would never end. It was the same old story. So I just focused on my friends. One night, when my mother was out with her girlfriends, I went to a party. I never felt so free and had so much fun. Yeah, there was drinking and drugs, but I just wanted to have fun. The last thing I remember was drinking a soda. And I woke up in a hospital, a mental hospital. My parents came and said that they had found me wandering around Michigan Avenue, yelling and screaming at people. The doctor said that I had drugs in my system and I had an episode. I never took drugs before in my life. And then my parents decided to get me evaluated at another mental hospital. What is it, 4 or 5 since then? They didn't even bother to come and see me. Except for that time I ran away. And I've been running ever since. And I'm so tired of running. I'm just tired of screaming. I'm tired of yelling. I'm tired of the voices in my head telling me, give up. It's no use. Nobody cares. I just can't take it anymore. I'm 40 years old, in jail, no family, no friends, and no hope. And I just can't take it anymore. I'm tired. I'm just tired. And I'm here. And what do they give you? Yeah, they give you a Bible, and they give you prison gear. It sounds kind of backwards. The first thing they give you. I just don't know what to do. It just doesn't seem right. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Prosper, hope, future. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans not to harm you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and the future. Hi, I'm Kim, and I'm one of the writers of this year's Writers Workshop 2023 by Hard Work Telling Stories. My monologue is titled Reflections
from the Soul of Mary, which is based on scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. I chose this to focus on mental illness, so I put a modern spin on it to show just what's going on in terms of mental illness today. And looking at Mary Magdalene based on the scripture and how the scripture talks about her having demons. And so that's why I wanted to put a modern spin on it, just so it could resonate to those who watch it. I felt like it dealt with relationships as well. I was a part of last year's writer's workshop, and that also focused on raw emotions and relationships. And I felt like there's a slight correlation between what I wrote last year and in my participation in last year's writer's workshop and this year. I also feel like it could be turned into a full-length piece that could resonate with a lot of people. And yes, I do feel like there's not enough Christian-based movies, and if there are a lot, we don't really hear as much about them because it causes one to really look at themselves. If you look at the Bible as a mirror, you're going to see the things that you like and the things you don't like. But it takes humility to be able to accept those things and make the necessary changes. And I think we don't see a lot of those Christian-based movies, and they're kind of generalized to appease to the masses because people really don't want to see themselves for who they really are. And I would like to see more heartfelt, really biblical pieces that I think would open people's eyes to what's really going on. And I think my piece focuses on where do you go to, who do you go to when you have no one and when you're in the throes of just dealing with mental illness. So thank you.